Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com. So here's the highlights. Overall, I thought it was meandering and low energy. I got to say.
Agreed.
I thought I don't think he did himself a service by stretching it out like he did and mentioning people like frickin' Graham and his father, big rally. No one gives a shit. But the highlights were he said he's going to cut the taxes on tipped wages. That is a winning political stance. That is a great plank in his platform. That is going to win him. That's the kind of thing that will bring people to the polls. If anything will, that will. That'll make people who are on the fence about voting vote. So he also that was a highlight about the tax. The taxes are going to be cut on tipped wages. Getting along with his adversaries. That's something a lot of people want to hear, like me. I'm on the left. I want to hear that from a president instead of the endless fucking warmongering that we've heard from all of them. George Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden. He says he can end a war with a phone call. He's got a total different rhetoric about war than other people. Than all the other politicians, certainly the Democrats. Democrats are all about, we got to fight and have wars. And Trump's like, we got to find a way to end them. I got to be friends with our adversaries. He talks about leaving all that equipment behind in Afghanistan and giving away the Bagram base. I didn't know his plan included keeping that. But he is, he did create a... I'm pretty sure Biden followed his timeline on getting out of Afghanistan, but he did it in a bad way. And, I remember when Biden was getting us out of Afghanistan and he was getting all kinds of legit criticism for the way he was doing it. I don't think Trump would have did it that way. People were giving him credit, saying, look, he's getting out of Afghanistan. He's doing it. And I immediately said, yeah, but he's not telling you what he's going to do with the money that he's been spending on Afghanistan. What is he going to do? Did he say we're going to take that money and reinvest it? No. Let's see what he says he's going to do with that money. Well, he just gave way more money to Ukraine. So the people that run Joe Biden, which is the military-industrial complex, Wall Street, they let him end that war and do it in a horrible way where they left all our equipment behind. Why? Because then they got to buy all new equipment. We got to get all new equipment, and all that money goes right into their pockets. So that's why he did it that way. Plus, they had another war for him lined up in Ukraine. That's why he was allowed to do that. Anyway, so that's the highlight. Is he's like, I'll end wars with phone calls.
People kind of said that it was a mixed bag when it came to war.
Well, he was, but he's much better. He was. Yeah, he definitely was. He upped the drone war, stuff like that, but... And now, if you remember, he was instrumental in getting the last round of funding to Ukraine. That's what they said. So, yeah, it's a mixed bag. He did not mention warp speed. Not that I remember. Did you remember him mentioning warp speed?
No.
Didn't mention the warp speed. Didn't want to take credit for the warp speed. And that's why I think that phone call with RFK Jr. got leaked on purpose. I think Trump was in on that. So his base would hear him being critical of the vaccine schedule and pushing back against Big Pharma. That's my theory. He said it really wasn't that big of a unity speech. He said that success will bring unity. Okay, and we're going to win. Okay. He did talk about them cheating him in 2020. He talked about the lawfare. I mean, how do you not talk about the lawfare? It wasn't an over-the-top unity speech like I expected. But it just goes to show you how easy it is to out-left the Democrats with the tipped wages thing. So, again, he talked way too much about it's important. What has happened with the immigration has been mental and nuts. Everybody has said that, from Donald Trump to RFK to Dennis Kucinich and everybody in between. So Elon Musk, everybody who's gone and take a look at it says it's mental. I just think he spent too much time on it. Didn't mention warp speed. I remember the last time he brought it up at rallies, his own crowd booed him over it. So smart to leave that out. I thought overall speech was way too long and too low energy. I don't think it got him that many votes. I think his policy, it wasn't a stirring speech. Trump has been better than this, put it that way. It was the first retelling of his assassination attempt, so I think he's been saving it for this night. There was a touching moment with the fireman that was killed. They've raised $6 million for that guy's family. So those are the highlights and the lowlights. I think the lowlights was that he just spent too much time. He rambled a little much. It was a little low energy. He should have put things together to get people riled up, especially the last 15 minutes. He should have banged it, but he kind of dilly-dallied through the whole speech. That's my critique. Is it going to make a bit of difference? No, he's going to crush in the election. And now it looks like he's going to be running against Kamala Harris and some white guy as vice president. So get ready for Donald Trump for 4 more years. And his big idea was that he's going to bring back to manufacturing and the car thing, and he's going to do it by tariffs. I'd like to see somebody try something. He didn't do it his first time as president. And I think he was critical of the UAW because their UAW president endorsed Biden. But the Teamster was there earlier this week. So that's a big sea change. Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com.